What's up, guys? Barry Gaming here, back with some more Idle Heroes, and today we're going to be talking about the event rotation because the last time we made a video like this was pretty much about this time last year. A lot of things at that point had changed as far as events go, but now it's changed even more. We have a brand new event in the cycle. We have other events that have merged together. We have some events that are just completely gone or completely changed. So I figured it was a good time to kind of update this kind of guide video. So if you are new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you check this video out so you can understand how the events rotate and what resources to save. We'll also briefly talk about the biggest events for each one of them during the year. Mainly it's heroic scrolls, but sometimes you get some bonus events. So it's kind of nice to know. Hopefully you guys enjoy this one. Let's jump right into it. So essentially how we're going to start this off is typically the first week of every month is the same. Now, because there's only 28 days in a full event rotation, but there are some months with, 30, 31 days, this schedule will slightly get moved around as far as when it starts. But typically, as of right now, the first week of the month ends up being Imp's Adventure. Now, this one is really good because you don't really have to save any resources at all for Imp's Adventure. It's very, very convenient in the fact, I didn't mean to do that, but the fact that you just need to make sure you have some gems and you need to make sure you have some other things for your account, like, 4-star heroes that you can fuse up, or not even fuse up, just swap out into the replacement heroes, because you want to make sure you can get every single one of the non-light and dark heroes every single month, because those dice are going to be very important, because the main goal here is getting this 5-star hero chest. This is one of 2 chests that you want to make sure you can get every month. 2 free copies. This event is still good. It's not as good as it used to be because another event came out this year that kind of trumps Imp's Adventure. Is a guaranteed chest, where this one you actually have a chance to completely miss it. You do need to save 4,500 gems for this account every single month, so you have a chance to get that. If you don't care about the 5-star chest, I guess you don't have to, but I highly recommend you do. And then, of course, sometimes in the shelter missions, the hero rewards are very good. So save your 4-star heroes, specific ones. We actually have a video. I'll try to remember to put a link up in the top corner talking about the shelter mission guide. I have a setup that shows exactly what heroes are required for every type of hero that's in these slots. So hopefully that helps you out. Let's move on to the week number 2. So week number 2 is actually one of the ones that had events merged together. So because campaign event's such an idle event, I think it used to be tied together with something like wishing coins, if I remember correctly, but now the campaign event has gotten better. There are, of course, star spawn core 5s and 6s. They've lowered the price of the top tier heroes a lot of times here. The pay to win artifact is usually always the same, and I probably talk a ton about which ones you should go for and which you shouldn't, but the fact that this event is now tied to the same week Prophet Orb event is here, that makes it a lot better. Now, something that has changed as well is you do get Cores of Transcendence at the 60-point mark in the Prophet Orbs. Now, you might be, a little willing to spend your Prophet Orbs to get a certain hero copy, but lately the heroes have not been super meta defining. This year's been a pretty big lull in non-Transcendence heroes, powerful heroes. I think maybe Eloise was the only one that was really good, and I don't even remember if that was this year or not. I feel like that's the last year. But yeah, you should really be saving up at least 320 Prophet Orbs every single time. Just try to save those up for the big events, because bigger Prophet Orb events will reward you with bonus loot like, pay to win artifacts, puppets, stuff like that. Now, there's really no set time that Prophet Orb events have been good, sadly. Right now, our schedule puts every big major holiday on heroic scroll events, so just keep saving them up. If you do hit something like 640 Prophet Orb save, you're free to use like 4 loops of them anytime you want, or just keep saving for a hero you really want, and you can do a full 8 loop. Still with Prophet Orbs, you have the Heroic Miracle. This one, you just need to make sure you pull out 3 of the normal faction heroes and 2 of the light and dark hero copies, and you'll get all the rewards plus the top hero copy, which has been pretty solid lately. This has actually been pretty good. So, Yeah, you definitely want to save up for that. I just realized we're off-centered a little bit. It was messing with me. All right, on to week number 3. So next up, we have the Wishing Fountain event. So Wishing Fountain has gotten a little bit better because they're finally listening to us and giving us some options and opportunities to get pay-to-win artifacts for saving these wishing coins. Wishing coins should absolutely not be used anytime except maybe your 2 daily. If you want to use 2 of them daily, that's fine. But make sure you're saving every last wishing coin for bigger events, because just for example, next week on Thanksgiving in 2021, you're going to have a chance to get a pay-to-win artifact selection chest if you saved up 2,000 of these coins. Definitely save them up, because there's absolutely never a time that there's like an actual good hero here. It's always a very low tier one. A lot of times lately they're putting someone in like Jara or Shia, the normal versions that you might need to build up an E5 Transcendence hero. So keep that in mind. The rewards for this usually are not great, so just hold off, wait for the bigger events like we have here at Thanksgiving. This is literally 2 pay-to-win artifact events in like 3 months this year. And ever since we really gave them feedback about using wishing coins more, seems pretty good. We, of course, have gem boxes. Now, gem boxes are always good now because there is always a hero copy in the 8,000 gem box, whereas previously in years past, it was like a rotating where it only had artifacts or something like that. The guild coins, everybody needs the guild coins. The relics are nice, and this time for Thanksgiving, we had a bonus where it's not a hero copy. It's a hero selection chest. I kind of hope this is here to stay, because that would make the value of this chest so much more. But besides that, the 500 and 1500 are always great to get for those heroic scrolls and those prophet orbs at a discount. Usually the 2 on the right I stay far away from, except the very far right one. Sometimes I'll actually go for it if I need those. I think they're Chaos Stones. Yeah, Chaos Stones. Really good on early game accounts. So that's something you can consider. And then we now also have the big event here. Let me zoom in. This is for our brand new event. Sky Labyrinth has tons and tons of different rewards. This one's great because getting to this level 6 chest here is guaranteed, so long as you follow the strategy. Again, I'll try to remember to put a link up there. There's a link to our Sky Labyrinth strategy guide, at least to get you a decent footing. There is a way to smash this event now. I usually say don't smash it, otherwise you're probably going to end up spending a few more gems than you'd like to. But this event, you want to make sure you save 4,000 gems. Usually it only costs you 1,000 to 2,000 gems to get the 5-star hero chest, but if you want to go even further to 7 and maybe even 8, you might want to save all those gems. And last but certainly not least, the 4th week of the event rotation is the Heroic Summoning event. This is a brand new hero to the game every single month. Actually a little less, since it's every 28 days, but sometimes, and a lot of times, these line up with big events. It's lined up with Halloween, is lining up with Black Friday, it's lining up with Christmas, it'll most likely line up with Chinese New Year, some of the biggest events in the year, and it's always lined up with Anniversary, the anniversary of the game. This one, you want to be saving 1,880 heroic scrolls to do a complete quad loop. This is where you'll get some of the best event rewards you've ever seen in the game. Don't use heroic scrolls outside of when you can get a pay-to-win artifact as well, or like the really big events like Christmas, Chinese New Year, and Anniversary. Those 3 are typically the best events, hands down. So if you're a low spender or no spender, free to play, save your scrolls, save. This is the big daddy event that's going to give you the most progress on your account. You also have Palace Eternity for doing certain number of summons. You get these crystals that allow you to swap some of the most recent heroes with the newest heroes. So you can build multiple copies. You can redeem them for the new light and dark heroes, but you cannot acquire them during those light and dark hero events. So if you're only using scrolls on Anniversary, Chinese New Year, Christmas, chances are you're not going to be getting any of these crystals, because you can't get them when a light or dark hero is part of the event. And then there's also the altar event where you can use, I think they're soul stones. I feel like they're called soul stones. I can't remember now though. But this is the currency from the altar, from destroying, your 1, 2, and 3-star heroes you don't need. This is going to give you resources to get good hero copies. There was a revamp to the system very recently. The shop made the shop a lot better, but you should really save up for these really good copies. So there is one thing I want to talk about. There are a couple things that are newer to the game, a couple things that are completely gone. There is usually once a month, right about once a month, but it's not tied to any specific event usually, where you can spend money to get bonus things like these pay-to-win artifact chests right here. If you're looking to spend, definitely save up to get those monthly cards, and you can buy the monthly cards out. But getting the VIP experience and using your money wisely to get bonus loot is definitely something. These are typically called the Moonlight events if you want to look out for those. So that is good. There are a couple events that are no longer even in the game. One of them, man, the old images are much, much bigger here. One of them is called the Glorious Boost. This is no longer an actual event. Instead, in game, you can go to the Glorious Relic shop and you can buy one of every pay-to-win artifact every single month. So that's better than before, because every month you could only buy one grouping of artifacts. Now you can buy every artifact once a month instead of once every 2 months. And with that as well, Grey Dwarf's Blessing is now also a permanent event. You can upgrade 3 of every tier of gear, even Resonance gears. So that is something to keep in mind. So what do you guys think? Hopefully this helps you guys out to plan ahead a little bit, to know the rotation. If you're new to the game, it's always interesting jumping into a new game and figure out how the events work. The one nice thing about Idle Heroes is their schedule is pretty much static. We haven't had big changes or random changes throughout the year like we used to 2 to 3 years ago. 2 to 3 years ago in this game, you never knew what the next week's event would be. It could just be a campaign event like 2 weeks apart, but now we have a solid schedule, which makes planning your resources a lot easier to do. So hopefully it helps you guys out. If you're new to the channel, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys next time.